Welcome to the Love Hub channel, where we discuss matters of the heart and give relationship advice to women. In today's episode, we are going to talk about the tips to get him to propose. Now remember, the Love Hub is a judgment-free zone. We don't judge women here. We are your safe space. Now let's get to the topic. Tip 1. Keep company with your married friends. Instead of just talking about your dreams, start hanging out with your happily married friends so he can see for himself that marriage isn't so bad after all. When you spend time with committed couples, your boyfriend will start to see all the benefits of marriage. This is important if your man is hesitant to commit because of possibly his own trauma. Replacing this trauma with seeing the happy life experiences of your married friends could be the boost he needs to order an engagement ring. Tip 2. Drop hints on your dream ring. When you feel that the time is right, share some photos or a wedding board that you've been making since you were a little girl, including the board with your dream wedding bands and engagement rings. Just drop a hint. Most guys are clueless about jewelry, and relying on him to choose the ring for you, well, that's a little bit risky. He might pick a really ugly one. Show him some options that you love, and he can use it when he visits shops online to choose the perfect engagement ring that will make you happy. Having examples of a wedding ring you love will make his job so much easier. Now, of course, before you get to this point, before you start dropping hints on your dream ring, you have to be in a place in your relationship where the two of you have already started talking about getting engaged, or you've already started talking about building a life together and starting a family. Well, what if you aren't at this point in your relationship yet? There are many factors to that. First, have the two of you been dating for a while now, or did you just start dating? Because if you just started dating, of course, don't expect a proposal right away. Give it some time. Another factor would be, do your values align with each other? Because it's possible that you want to have a more traditional marriage and he is just not the type of person that would settle down. If that is the case, if he is and has always been resistant to the idea of marriage, it might be difficult for you to get a proposal from him. Another factor would be, are you even sure about each other? Do you think that he is 100% sure that you're the one for him? There are so many questions that you need to ask yourselves and each other before you start talking about marriage. Tip 3. Show him your domesticated side. If he was unsure about you, if he had reservations about you becoming his wife, then now is the time to show him that you are perfectly wife material. Many men want a wife, not a business partner or a boss. They want someone who can manage the household, take care of the children and nurture them, someone who can cook and clean. And these things may sound so traditional and so outdated, but the truth is, that's what a lot of men are looking for. So show him that you do have these skills, that you can take care of the household, and that you can cook and clean. Because if he is going to be the breadwinner of the family, which a lot of men want to be, then you need to show him that you can be a wonderful wife. At the end of the day, men just want someone that they can come home to, someone who will make them feel welcome after a hard, long day out of work. They don't want to come home to someone nagging them about this business or that business. Could you do this or that? They want someone who will welcome him into this beautiful house that you share and serve him a nice homemade meal. Tip 4. Tell him what marriage means to you. The number one thing that you can do to get him to propose to you is to be honest and speak from your heart. Tell him how important marriage is for you and tell him about your feelings. Let him know that you are serious about being in a long-term commitment, a lifetime of commitment with him. Tell him all the reasons why you want to be his wife. Express your fears and concerns so he knows that you are taking this relationship seriously and you understand the permanent commitment that you are about to make. Tip 5. Show him what true love looks like. Make sure that you become an essential part of his everyday life. Show him that a life with you means a life of love, laughs, caring, and sharing. A life with you means creating memories that will make him smile for the rest of his life. Be his confidant, his best friend, and his lover. He will appreciate that you understand what he needs. Remember, love is not what you say, it's what you do. Tip 6. Spend more time without him. While you allow him to hang out with the guys, don't sit home waiting for him to come back. Don't be too dependent on him. Get yourself out with your friends and have your own social life. Don't let your old friendships die just because you have a serious boyfriend. This means that you are showing him that you have a social life outside of your relationship. If your friends are busy, consider picking up a new hobby or sport. Keep in mind that absence makes the heart grow fonder. It sounds so cliche, ladies, but you know what? It is true. Tip 7. Make sure he is ready. This is so important. It doesn't matter if you love him and he loves you back. It doesn't matter that you've been together for 5 days or 5 years. If he is not ready for marriage, then this will be so tough. You will need to give him space and allow the idea to grow in him. You can't push him towards it. You're just going to drive him away. Your partner may know and may be aware of what he already wants. He may want to marry you one day, or he might not want to. It's also possible that he's just not financially ready to propose. The only thing that you can do is to assure him that nothing would ever change in your relationship. Remind him how much it means to you that he's just there, loving you, and that you will be ready when he's ready. Tip 8. Ask yourself this question. Is it the right time in his life? You need to appreciate that if the time isn't right in your man's life, then proposing won't be at top of his priority list. The worst thing you can do is to add pressure on your partner when you know that this isn't the right time for marriage. Remember, if it is meant to be, it will happen. Don't force anything that nobody is ready for. These are just some of the tips to get him to propose to you. Thanks for tuning in, and until next time.